What is going on, everybody? Tech enthusiast here, and this is my review of the iPega 9167 Bluetooth control pad. Now this has been sent to me by banggood.com, so a huge thanks to them. Okay, so on the box you can see that it supports iPhones, iPads, Android phones and tablets. Now this is a telescopic control pad and I'll show you how that works at the back. So as you can see, if you stretch it, you can fit tablets. You can also put your phone on, and again you can have your phone and remove one of the controllers. Now on the bottom it says that it works good with specific games such as PUBG, Mobile Legends, etc. It also works with emulators, and I will show you that later on in the video. And just on the right hand side you can see a little operational instructions where you can slide the right side of the controller off. So you will be using the left hand side controller and using the touchscreen on the right. Now let's move on to the contents of the box. Firstly, we have the main controller with the right hand side attachment plugged in. Then there is a 90-degree headphone jack adapter, so when you plug that in, you can also plug in your earphones so it's not blocked when you're using the controller. Then there is a separate attachment which you can use if you want to only use the left hand side controller and touchscreen. There is also a USB Type A to USB Type C charging cable. And lastly, the instruction manual. As for the instruction manual, not to worry, there is also English translation. At the bottom of the page, it shows you the button illustration so you know what each of the buttons do or what they are called. On the next page, again we have that same illustration from the back of the box so you know in which style you can use this control pad. At the bottom it shows you that you can use your phone and charge it at the same time with the control pad. So on the next page we have the Android Direct Play mode. So this is mainly for when you're using PUBG. To go into this pairing mode you have to press the right and home button. For iOS devices you will need to hold left and home to pair that with your iPad or your iPhone. And then we have the Android standard game mode. For this you will have to press up and the home button, and this is the mode you will need to use for emulators. And finally on the right hand side there is additional notes, and it also shows you what comes inside the box. So now we're going to take a look at the hardware. So on the top we have the indicators for the power and charge. And this is the left analog stick obviously. Then we have the D-pad like PlayStation style, then the turbo and home button. On the right hand side we have the right analog stick, the face buttons and the start and select buttons. Like many of the control pads available today, you have the L1 and 2 buttons and the R1 and 2 buttons. On the bottom you will find the charging port, and it is USB Type C. One of the features of this control pad is that you can take the right hand side attachment off and add this bit in here. Now on the back you can see that you will have to push up to lock it and pull down to remove the attachment. So you will need to hold it firmly, pull down, and it will come off. And on the side here you can see that you can just slide it up just like so. So once you have done that, you can have the controller on the left hand side and use touchscreen controls on your phone. Okay, so let's just take a good look at this controller. So firstly, this is a telescopic controller. There is a lot of flex. It's not very firm as other telescopic controllers, but once you do have your device in, it is fine. This phone also has a headphone jack, and with this attachment that I showed you before, you can plug it in and then your headphone port won't be blocked when you're using this controller. So let me just show you how that is. I mean, this is how it is so far when it's expanding, and when it's closed, this is the area here, and you can just about get your earphone plugged in, and I'm sure the wire will come through out this way. Okay, so now I have connected with the right and the home button, and this is on the Redmi K20 Pro, and I'm going to be using Call of Duty. Now as you can see, it is working. Jump, all of that. So let's just try and find some guys to take out. Oh. Okay, so next we have the Dolphin emulator to play Wii games. Now for emulators you need to hold up and then the home button. Now this is New Super Mario Bros. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, so now I'm going to try Super Street Fighter 4 on the Nintendo 3DS emulator called Citra. I'm just going to go into training mode to see how good the response is for the analog stick and the D-pad. So there is a bit of slowdown during the video cutscenes, so in the versus screen. So just bear with me whilst that goes away. So this is the unofficial build for those of you who are wondering. So hopefully whenever the official build is released by the Citra developers, we shouldn't be seeing problems like this. Okay, so we're in now. And let's try and do a few special moves like the Dragon Punch. Not bad. Let's try with the joystick. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, so in terms of the build, I mean, it's not the best. The buttons or the analog triggers on the top, they feel a bit cheap. And if you're wondering, this does fit a tablet as well. This is the Mi Pad 4. As for the conclusion, my main gripe is that the build quality feels very cheap, especially the trigger buttons. They're not analog, so you don't get that good feel on it. But in terms of responsiveness of the D-pad and the joystick, it is very good, as you did see from the video. Saying that, this is probably the best telescopic control pad available right now. If you find this video useful, give it a thumbs up. If you are new here, then please do consider subscribing, as I have more videos coming up. So make sure you hit that bell icon so you get notified as soon as I release my videos. Thanks for watching, and I will catch up with you in the next video.